CH in their face, let them know I'ma do that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up. Throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma do that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma do that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma do that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know that. Shut them haters up, you know we go so hard. Chopper hit up in they face, yeah, I'm a bulldog. Number one is what we holding, number one is what we stand. When you step out on that field, let them know you ain't playing. Step back in that pocket, launch it off like a rocket. Pass the pill, run the ball, either way they ain't gon' stop it. Bring that trophy back and let them know that CH got it locked up from the east to west, north to the south, and they can't top it. That defense they holding, that O-line be blocking. Check your Facebook, them bulldogs, they tryna top it. Them corners on their job, they receivers, they gon' lock it. And don't try and punt the ball because that D-line gon' block it. They know we coming hard, they know we coming strong. Let them haters do they talking, Chopper here deserves the throne. Yeah, we sit at number one, they know we can't be cloned. Now it's time to handle business, gonna bring that title on. Work, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. Make them haters throw up, throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know I'ma throw that blue and gold up. CH in they face, let them know that. This shit is our year, so we gon' shut it down and handle that and let them haters know another L. Say we not hearing that. Blue and gold, I be wearing that. Them other teams, we not fearing that. That competition ain't nothing. Bulldog country boy, we gon' bring it back. This shit is our year, so we gon' shut it down and handle that and let them haters know another L. Say we not.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bulldog Sports Network. I'm Brett Swinney alongside Corey Marshall for another weekly wrap-up show. How's it going, Corey?
Oh, it's going. It is going on a Wednesday. I was going to say a Tuesday, but Wednesday.
No, Corey, easy there. We'll have that Tuesday games coming, and I'll let you get really good Tuesday in. Thank you all for joining us tonight here on another weekly wrap-up, sponsored by Zoe Knows Insurance. Shout out to Zoe and his company as he sponsors us every week here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Man, let's just dig right in. First off, I'd like to continue to push everyone toward our website. We'll be mentioning it several times throughout the show. BulldogSportsNetwork.com. Make it your go-to place to catch anything with the network going on. So, Corey, where do you want to start, man?
Did we have a game? We had a game last night. We had a player of the game. In case somebody missed that play and a player of the game.
We do. We have a player of the game and a play of the game. We can go there first. It's been one of those days today that nothing has worked right. Like I literally was giving the kids a bath like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, running. Corey's asked me for the link and stuff. I'm like, oh man, I never send it. And so I'm like running down here. I ordered something off eBay and it's not working like it should have. Yeah, eBay, that word. Yeah, I hadn't heard that in a while, have you?
Yeah, I'm like eBay. I'm used to Amazon, but not eBay.
All right, well, let's start out with our Bulldog Sports Network player of the game from last night. Here's one of his mini highlights.
Good possession.
A little pressure here for Chapel Hill as a tip from Javen Mayfield. Kelly gets it. Back to Javen. Nice pass. Kelly to Mayfield, and that's
a great job there by our player of the game is Javen Mayfield. Led the team with 14 points last night off the bench. He's kind of moved to that role over the last couple of games and really has done a great job with giving them some energy off the bench, attacking the basket, being big on defense. And you see right there his tip. He was able to get it back from his buddy Kelly, the two sophomores for the give and go, and just one of the many good plays last night for Mayfield.
Yeah, I thought he played well. I alluded to it, in the telecast that I thought he was being aggressive off on the offensive end, and of course on the defensive end too. He's getting his hands, active, especially in the press, and of course on defense. But most importantly, he's taking. He had a. I'm pretty sure if you asked him, didn't have a hot game against Bullard, and he didn't have a pretty good game, like might be like almost 2 weeks, but now I can tell in the past couple of games that they've played, he's been very aggressive in his approach, and that's paid off. Taking good opportunities, attacking the gap on offense, being a threat. And we talked about that early on in the season. The bigs have to be a threat, and some of the guards have to be a threat. If you're not making shots, wide open shots or making, timely shots, you have to attack the basket. And he's been doing that, picking the spots in other people's own defenses or other people's mans. And it's been paying off. So 14 points, that's a confidence builder, especially if you want to get guys to score. And we need that Swiss Army knife, somebody that can get their own basket. Brisbane's done it, and he had a very good game against Tyler High. Didn't say the other one. He had a pretty good game against Tyler High. And we had kind of went out there and made his own way to the basket, and he played well. So we're going to need that during the season. And kind of like I said before, confidence is everything, especially for a sophomore. So you want them to have more confidence as possible.
Yeah, I thought that, and I talked to Coach Kemba Johnson about it a week or so ago, the move to put Deuce in the starting lineup and move Javen to a bench role. And I think that's really paid dividends the last couple of games. He's coming with a spark off the bench, and he's done a great job with that. So not to lighten that, but this may be my play of the season so far. There's a couple of good ones this far, but last night we were graced with a pretty nice play, a special play, and we'll give it to you right here.
Kind of slipped that one in.
Yep. Goes down, feed to Huddleston. Nice back cut. Cameron Kelly throws it down. Big man to big man. Cameron Kelly.
The big pass. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Corey, I like your description of it.
It's beautiful.
I thought you were going to cry there on the broadcast. You were getting a little emotional there.
Because, like, if you've played basketball before, you know how valuable it is a big to big pass. Number one, the big's not supposed to see the court, all that well anyway. That's the norm. But when he's, seeing somebody cut into the basket, number one, it was a good cut.
That's what I was going to say. I think, Huddleston made a great pass, but it was a great cut by Kelly. I mean, Absolutely. He saw there was a wide open lane, and he saw it, and he darted right there and beat his man and had an easy two-handed jam there.
That's good basketball. Either all the way around, you can't deny it's just good basketball. And, like I said, the big-to-big pass is a special thing. It's almost like a halfback touchdown pass or halfback pass in football. It's one of those things where it's almost like an appreciation play.
It's a bonus. It's a bonus play.
Yeah. You ask any big, like they don't get enough touches. I don't ever get the ball to set screens and everything else. But now I'm gonna award my big for cutting to the basket. Award my brother, my position to cut into the basket, and he cut hard, and that was the right play. And man, it was a good one. It was almost a better play of the game. It was an alley that was missed. There was a couple of them, but that went through. So
it was close. It was close. Yeah, that was a nice play, but it just didn't quite go in. But yeah, so we'll talk about the last couple of games then. We went to Henderson. I guess that's the previous Friday, I guess. Went to Henderson.
Yeah, Friday before last. Yeah.
Yeah, went to Henderson. Actually, no, we're Spring Hill. I'm skipping ahead, aren't I? That was a Tuesday game.
The Friday before last.
It was the Spring Hill debacle. Oh,
yes.
That was a lot of fun. Corey had missed the Henderson game. He was coming down with this little cold, and so I was solo for that game. And then Corey joins me, thinking he's gonna get to sit behind the mic, get to talk a little bit about Spring Hill game, and we were short-handed. So Corey ran camera, and we had some technical issues that since two of us, we didn't get a chance to iron them out before the game, and it was a rough call. No roster for Spring Hill because I didn't have time to get all that situated. So it was a rough one for us, but not too much for the Bulldogs. They handled business and took care. These last two were ones that were expected, needed to be wins, especially at home, and took care of both opponents. And now, sitting in pretty good shape here as we take a look at the updated district standings. Top three kind of separate themselves a little bit from this past Tuesday night, as all three teams at the top win. Henderson was on a bye, so they didn't have a game, and then the bottom four took losses. Corey, I know what you're going to say surprises you here. I'm pretty sure I know, but what is it? Go ahead and tell us.
I still don't. Well, you said it. You called it earlier. Henderson, they benefited from an early first round, and they snuck in. They got that Kilgore win, and it benefited them overall. And so I don't want to say by default Henderson makes the playoffs. If they continue on that trend and they kind of sneak in and get a win away from somebody else, I don't see them doing that. Kilgore is a better team than they are. But man, we got to find a way to crack.
Kilgore's got a tough road now. So
they do.
They took the loss last night. They still have to play us this week. So you could be looking. Henderson's going to pick up a win most likely. I think they play. Their first three games are their easier game. So if they repeat what they did last time, they pick up a couple of wins, and then Kilgore is at 3-5. That's going to be tough for Kilgore. Even with the win they had against Lindale in the first round, they're still sitting in a tough spot.
Yep. I just, and it's one of those things where not want to be looking ahead, but it's a game in Kilgore that they have to win. If you want to keep surviving, you have to win that game. And like I said, those games make you nervous. It's a trap game. And, you're playing against a team that's desperate. And then you were on a groove, and we've won, 4 in a row or 3 in a row. And there's a lot of different things we got going on that just makes sense for us. But that Kilgore game's a trap game. Every game from this point on for the next week and a half is just very important. So, and then we're gonna see what we're made of in this week. Yeah,
definitely will. If you wanted to check these things out or you miss them now, they will be available. They're updated on the Bulldog Sports Network website, bulldogsportsnetwork.com. So check those out. So we'll kind of, I guess, is there anything else that really, there's not much to talk about the last two games. Chapel Hill came out, they did what they're supposed to do. They took care of business. They're still sitting in good shape. They still have a chance to get a share possibly of the district championships fall their way. Obviously, they have to sweep the last 6 games, or 5, I guess now, and then hope that Lindale is able to beat Bullard. I think that game will be in Lindale this time. So you know how tough their crowd is. So that's a very possible win for Lindale. I also want to mention that I am working on some things with the high school, trying to get some fans in the stands for next Tuesday's game. So if you're listening to this, be there Tuesday night if you can be there. I know some people enjoy listening to Court Out. We're asking you. I would rather see a packed house and us only have 10 people listening because the fan support is needed. These guys deserve it. They play hard, practice hard, and they're putting on a good show right now. And if you went to that Lindale game and saw the home court advantage that Lindale had, we need to do that same thing against them here because you know Lindale is going to bring a big crowd. It needs to be a packed, standing room only house. Hopefully our boy Vincent Johnson can be there. We're hoping he can. Wait, speaking of did he hear me talk about him? Did he hear me talk about him? There he is. It's Vincent Johnson.
Hey, what's up?
We were just penciling you into the next two big games, Lindale and Bullard games. We were penciling you in to be there with us.
Of course.
Because we're Lindale game is going to be packed. We're calling for everybody. We need all alumni. We need everybody there. It needs to be a packed house, standing room only, and we need Vincent Johnson on the table.
Listen, Chapel Hill. If I step out in this COVID weather, y'all better bring a show. You better bring a show. I ain't coming out to see no whoop unless it's on our end. I didn't come to no mess.
I'm gonna say this, and
I will embarrass everybody on live TV, live Facebook Live. I will be calling names.
I mean, Brett's right. This, like I said, it's odd for me to watch a basketball game and not see a lot of people. I understand the current heightened situation with COVID. But like I said, it's odd for me to watch a basketball game and don't see, the home stand, the home side cheek to cheek, and some of the visitor side too. Like that's how I remember the high school games. Obviously, when I was in school, and then sometime after. So, but like I said, it's more of a support system. The team's playing well. It's a traditional thing at this point, and we want to show support for those kids and coming out because they deserve that opportunity to have a home court advantage and to have a home crowd at their hands. And like I said, they've gotten better and better each week. And they had a nice crowd at the Tyler High game, but it was kind of a neutral crowd. It wasn't a lot of it. I want to say it was neutral. I want to say it was maybe like 70-30 or 64. It was quite a few Chapel Hill people there, but we want to have that same energy at a home crowd, especially against since our rival won't play us. We adopted Lindale as a newly hated rival. So that's because for some apparent reason we just can't beat Lindale in football, basketball at this point. We snuck in one last year.
No,
but we want to send them a message. Exactly, we hadn't done it yet. We want to send them a message. So that's something I'm y'all know I'm competitive either way it goes, and I take this stuff personally. I shouldn't, but I take it personally. But I mean, I want that for those guys to get that win, and like I said, I can tell they've put it in work. I can tell they've been working hard, and they deserve to get that nice home court advantage win, and that boosts well for your confidence, and then take that same momentum and take it to Bullard and bring it there and take them down too. That's another game I want. You got two back-to-back games that mean a lot, and so this is important. So,
well, I think, and I kind of I said it a while ago, but I mean, if you can, we're not asking anybody that's very high sensitive, could be sick, people that don't. We understand. We're asking people that have no excuse for not being at the game to show support to these guys. Those are the people we want there. We're not asking anybody to step out and risk their health at all.
Yeah.
This is people that can be there, that have the ability to be at the game and can show our Bulldogs the support they deserve, because right now I mean, we can scream in the mic all day and have them on air, and we can have 500 viewers on the Bulldog Sports Network, but they can't hear you. And that's what they need. They need to be known that the community is behind them. And so we know that they can show out. It just showed that when we had the football game in Rose Stadium, the playoff game.
Yes.
The Chapel Hill side was packed. Now we know that probably not all of it was Chapel Hill. They probably had some, fans just want to see a good game. But there was a lot of Chapel Hill people there. And I know it's football and it's a different deal, but we can pack a side of the high school bleachers in basketball.
Well,
we can have a student section that can get loud and support the team and get in the heads of Lindale players.
Let me say this to piggyback off of that. If you can beat her, beat her. But man, if you got a headache, a cough, a sneeze, by all means, stay with you.
Yeah.
Don't bring that with you. I don't. Yeah. At this point, it ain't even about COVID no more. I don't want none of your germs. I don't care what it is. I don't want it. I've been aware of that. I didn't realize I was germaphobe before now. But if you can beat her to the reason, can't beat her. Yeah, don't push it. We understand. So yeah, let's have a good time.
So I guess we can ask Vince what his thoughts of the past two games. Did you get to catch either one of those games, Vince?
Yeah. Shoot, it's been some days.
Yesterday?
No, yesterday was all right.
I just thought you forgot yesterday's game.
No.
I'm worried about you, Vince.
Nah. I mean, we did what we're supposed to do, right?
Vince, let me give you a reminder of last night's game real quick.
Kind of slipped that one in.
Yep. Post down, feed to Huddleston. Nice back cut. Cameron Kelly throws it down. Big man to big man. Cameron Kelly.
The big pass. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a refresher.
I see. I mean, honestly, I could see them gelling. I could see the chemistry building. I still feel like there's sometimes, and I ain't beating the dead horse, but I just feel like there's sometimes where there's these moments where instead of looking for an outlet, we just I don't know, just try to take it upon ourselves to make the play happen. But overall, a win is a win. We did what we had to do, and yeah, I mean, what more can you ask for? That's what we like number 2 in the district or something like that.
Tied for number 2.
Tied for it. Technically, we're in the third spot. We're tied with Lindale, but they beat us last time, so they are.
We finna get that number 1 spot. I mean, we did like we talked about this last time. Those next 2 games, not saying what not talking bad about the teams and all, but we knew we play better than they play. I'll say it like that. We play better than they play, and we if we do what we're supposed to do, we're gonna come out with the W, right? So we just had to make sure that was what we were gonna do, and I think we did that. I'm not gonna nitpick. I know that I'm gonna leave that to Corey because I know he'll pick it apart. He better at that than me. We got the W. I just want to make sure that we can continue this forward when we play some of these bigger teams. Teams that that are more matched against us. The Lindale. We got Henderson coming up again. So, and we did beat Henderson the first. If I'm not mistaken, we beat Henderson the first time, right? Mm-hmm. So don't slip and think that they're gonna just fall by the wayside again. They might be gunning for us. Don't go to sleep. This is when it gets serious.
That's what I'm
gonna be. And I just feel like that Lindale game it's not even like over the hump for me. It's like that thing on your list you just gotta check off. You get Lindale, man, and I feel like
it's gonna springboard.
It's gonna be downhill from there once we hit that Lindale game. But you gotta make sure get all the work in you can. Use all these other games. But is Lindale next or is it?
Kilgore's
Kilgore.
next.
Kilgore
Okay.
next.
All right. So get all get all the PT you can get. Spread that ball around. Try, you know what I'm saying? Like work on that chemistry and stuff before you get there, because that right there is the Super Bowl. I don't even say it like that, but that's your championship in a way. I not really saying that it is a championship, but for us, it's something that we got to get over. We got to get over that. So to me, I feel like the Lindale game is a playoff game. It's win or go home to me. When you talk about Lindale,
you right about that. It's just it should be a playoff atmosphere, and I don't want
to say not to focus on Kilgore or Henderson or anybody else. I'm saying use those moments, use all of those minutes to prepare you for what Lindale is going to throw at you.
Because I mean, at this point in the season, like I said, it's not like football where you only play anybody, you only play the team once, and then it's over after that. Basketball is a second round to it, and we beat that team before. You may have blew them out, or it was a close game. Lindale took it to us, and anybody could tell you, we didn't have a good showing in Lindale, and it was rough. So as every week we've gotten better, we've improved, and that Bullard game it stung the most. But I think we grew as a team, just from what I saw. I think we grew as a team overall, and we didn't have anything to do with basketball. And I preached this before, and I said sometimes you got to teach, younger teams, the teams that you're trying to build a program, you got to teach the guys how to win games. And you do things to win basketball. You take charges, you eliminate turnovers, you come back from 10 to 15 points down. I know every coach in America does the same thing. We're down by 10 points. He does that little drill where you're down by 10 points with 4 minutes left. You got to make the fouls or do the plays. And, everybody does that. And so that's a part of winning basketball. And of course we didn't get a win, but it's a moral victory. And I heard someone say a long time ago, there are no moral victories there aren't, but there kind of is. You kind of, it's one of those games where, hey, let's forget about it, let's move forward. We'll circle back to that one. You don't, because that pain is gonna live with you forever. But it's a district game, so you have to come back. And you don't forget how bad that game lost. Bullard's not going to forget that either, because they didn't play according to how well they could have played. And they've beaten teams, they beat somebody the other day by 35 points. So I mean, they know exactly what they can do. And they didn't play the best against us either. So it's a game and a matchup that, of course, as a sports guy, as a basketball guy, I look forward to. But at the end of the day, I'm still competitive, and I want them to come out and excuse my French, I want to punch them in the mouth. Not physically, but I mean, that's my analogy to it. That's how aggressive I want. It's a personal effect. Every rebound, you lock your elbows. Every time you set a screen, you let them know I'm going to be here all night. You make a pass, the ball needs to snap. You shoot the ball, you pop your wrist. That's the sort of thing I'm saying. That's
Corey, calm down, man. You breaking sweat over there, man.
I agree with Corey. I agree with Corey.
You talking about getting physical?
You got
the game is physical.
It's Capitol Hill basketball. Nothing personal.
It's nothing personal. It's just, hey, I'm here all night. That screen is coming. So somebody said something crazy the other day.
Give him a little extra. Give him a little extra on that screen. A little extra.
I don't know about the extra. But I didn't. But like I said, I didn't play it. So
listen, hey, did you ever want to get?
I don't know about the extra
in basketball?
Hey, I'll just tell you, young men. I'm gonna tell you. You take the ball and you put it in the hoop. That's all I need you to do.
It ain't that simple, Vince. It ain't that simple. There's lots of things involved in that.
Put it in the hoop.
If that was all it was to it, then there wouldn't be a lot of these guys wouldn't be able to play because they can't shoot the ball in the hoop.
I couldn't be able to shoot. Man, listen, it's the beauty of setting a blindside pick and not being called an offensive foul, and then you actually get a roll, and then you get the roll, and you set somebody up. It's either dunk or layup, or you get a dish, and the crowd goes nuts, and the other team calls a timeout. You sitting there just yelling, ah! It's nothing like it.
Or the act of setting up and getting a charge on somebody thinks they're about to go score a basket and layup, and then
the crowd goes wild.
You've turned it into a turnover, and they just picked up their fourth or fifth foul on it. On that play.
I feel like we got that down. We do that a lot when we take charges.
Hey, Swinney School of Flops, man, it's rubbing off.
It really is.
They're listening.
They got that down. I give them that. They got that down.
It was the flopping is it's a technique. It really is.
It's an art.
Yes, that's just what it is, an art. It's an art form. And that's a cool. Vince is like, hey, you working up a sweat. I wish you could just see. You just beat her. It's like it's a different ball game.
You have to be at. You have to when you have to be there to know. You have to actually be at the game to kind of get. You know that feeling you were getting at that Tyler High game over there. You were wanting to jump up there in the court. You know you were.
It was that it gets personal after a while.
So try multiplying that by every game that me and Corey go to. We want to go out there and just help these guys and help them make that shot.
Blindside somebody.
Hey, if I need to, maybe I need to stick my cord out there in the court. Stick one of my cords out there in the court.
It was a bullet game. I'm yelling. I've got my mic. Watch the pick. Watch the line. It was like the pick. Hey, I'm into the game.
I was
right
like,
now,
Corey, we can hear you.
I'm trying to get a win right now. I want them to get a win. Like this is. I don't want to say it's not important to me, but I want them to feel that. I want them to feel the. I don't want how. What kind of way to describe it? I want them to feel the how it feels to know that you're good and know that you're playing another opponent and know that you're gonna beat that opponent. 20 wins ain't nothing. That's what I want. It's expected to win 20, 25 games. You know what I'm saying? Like we're expected to be good teams. Not that, I think we're getting better. We're good. We're waiting for competition. Games are good for us. Like, all right, ain't nobody beating us by 20 points. Are you kidding me? Nobody beating us by 11? You're not finna double up on us. Where does that come from? No. If you win, you have to beat us. You gonna have to barely beat us. A tap in layup or a buzzer beater. We'll take them on 10. You're not doubling up on us. It's gonna be a dogfight. That's what I'm talking about.
So hold that thought, Corey. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, that's our new advertisement. Actually, Drew caught an error on that. I don't know if y'all caught it
too. It says 7:30.
Yeah, the time is wrong. So I've actually had a request to have it fixed, but yeah, that's our new little commercial. Be airing on the Bulldog Sports Network. Hopefully, it'll get the word out about our show and what we have going on here every week. So I don't know. Have you seen that? Did you see it? I guess you probably did. I think I sent in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it already.
So,
I didn't see the 7:30 part till you put it up here.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I was looking at something else. I didn't catch 7:30.
Yeah. I don't know why I typed. I guess I'm just used to the game starting at 7:30, so I must have typed that into the request of the.
We've had some shakeups in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, yeah, it hadn't been 7:30. It's been 6:15, 6:30.
I mean, I like the noon, the 6 o'clock game. I'm telling you, there's nothing better than having a 12 or a 2 o'clock game or something on a Saturday, especially when I was in college. I used to love those. It's 2 o'clock conference game. Oh yes, I got the rest of the afternoon to do absolute. Oh, this is great. This is great.
Well, and it's not terrible except for the fact that it just kind of puts a rush on it because it takes you a while to get over there, and then I have to go get my kiddo situated and all that. That's the only really bad part. It gets you home earlier. Just puts a little bit more pressure on everything going. Also, like our man Grayson did a great job on our game.
Really did.
Is a freshman at Chapel Hill High School in Mr. Ward's class. Actually, I talked to Logan today, and he didn't even know he was going to do that. He actually saw on Facebook, the community page, he saw one of our things and saw that we were needing help and just volunteered. Never videoed any games before. And I think he enjoyed it. He said, Mr. Ward said he enjoyed it. So I'm glad he was able to do it. Hopefully he can come out and do another one for us.
Hey, listen, Grayson, that's how a lot of good things get started. You're just taking a flyer and you're filling in, a lot of good things get started. That's a good job. especially for your career. So.
Yeah, because especially he's in that class now, so I'm sure he got some good bonus points with Mr. Ward there. So
I hope he did. Let's give him some bonus points. Yeah, give him a curb or something on the next quiz or something like that.
But yeah, it was a nice surprise. Really, I thought he had been sent over, but he just volunteered. So we need help, and that was awesome.
That's even better.
So, what y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about this Kilgore game first? We've kind of gone over the rest of the games. Now, Corey's a Kilgore fan. No, I mean, not a fan, but he's a fan of their team.
I wouldn't call a fan of the team.
Well, when we started the season, you thought Kilgore was going to be one of those teams that was going to be at the top of our district.
They played well. They're like there's 4 teams: Bullard, us, Lindale, and Kilgore. I thought really highly of, and I like the style of basketball that they play, and they just don't have the toughness that we have in the basketball players, the athletes that we have, and so we were able to dominate that side of the game, but they're tricky because
they don't have enough wins. They've only won 6 games all season.
Well, I mean, listen, you don't have to win the preseason games. Don't matter. It's how you get to the playoffs. If you can dominate your district. If you can dominate your district,
they had plenty of time to get ready. They had plenty of time to win some games, Corey. They got an early exit from football. We gave them a present. We gave them an extra couple of weeks of
throwing shots. Hey, riled up.
Hey man, you want to chill, man.
I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about it.
Bring on.
I don't think Kilgore getting riled up for nothing.
We got to go to Kilgore. We need some hospitality.
They still give us hospitality. I'm just saying in general. Like they got to start an extra 2 weeks early. Was it 3 weeks? And so they had their full. We talked about our team starting late, and we had a couple losses, 2 or 3 of them early that probably wouldn't have been losses. And so they got to start a little bit earlier. I don't know who they played, but I don't see Kilgore ever scheduling a tough basketball schedule. I mean, they're not going and playing in the Whataburger. They're not going and playing anything. Yeah.
I don't. It's hard for me to say that because
you can still. I don't know.
I don't want to judge a team by their preseason schedule in basketball because that's tough.
No, I'm looking at district play. They 2 and 4.
Well, yeah, 3 and 4. They're 3 and 4 in district.
I mean, Canton beat them by 6. Canton beat them by 16. See who they played. Maud. I don't know who Maud is. They beat Maud. That was one of their wins.
Kansas pretty good.
Mount's pretty good. Jacksonville's pretty Center beat them by 16.
Center's decent. Jacksonville's good.
Brownsboro beat them by 22. Liberty Islo beat them by 8. That's going to be one of the possible opponents of our district in the first round. We played them last year. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just I wasn't impressed.
As I'm looking at these scores, like even some of this can't be right. This game was 35 to 27.
Kilgore plays a slowdown. They play a slowdown game, Vince. It's really surprising, but they're well coached, but they play.
They slow down. Bullet put a beating on them.
Well, again, that's what they're.
Yeah, you'll see when you watch that Bullet game. You'll see Bullet. Everybody has a green light.
They can put up some points.
They will dribble high and let it fly. And but I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't want to take any consideration of who they played in the preseason versus their district opponents because a lot of times you test your team out. Some coaches have a philosophy: I want to play a tough schedule, test my team out. I don't care if I lose, 20 games in the preseason. And the district time comes around, if we're 10-0, and they make the playoffs, they make the run. You know what I'm saying? It could be like that.
Okay.
There's a lot of coaches are like that.
Who do you feel like they better than in our district?
They're not the worst team. I mean, they're definitely better than Cumberland and Spring Hill. Okay. And from what it looks like, they are better than Henderson. So they're clearly the fourth best team in the district. And Henderson beat them last time, which was a surprising thing.
I don't
And
know if
I
they
thought
better than
Kilgore was
Henderson, if
above.
you ask me.
So what?
Well, I mean, I ain't nobody, but from what I'm looking at, I don't really consider them to be better than Henderson.
Well, I mean, we demolished Henderson, So I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to put any team down or anything like that, but it's
We did.
it's a perfect storm game for them to come out and play because they're 3-4. They still have an opportunity to move into that fourth spot. So it's a team that's hungry to win, and they made the playoffs last year. That's always a bad combination for a team that's ahead of them. They already got beat by us before. They're trying to make the playoffs. It's the second round of district. They can make some ground up and win the games they're supposed to do and still cover. And so this is one of those trap games you got to come out and play game one and not focus. We've all been there before.
You're making some excuses for Kilgore, man.
I'm not making excuses. I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you what.
I'm just telling you
what can happen. I'm just telling you what can happen.
Well, you know what? All right, let me be fair. The fact that you said you suit up and get on the court, anybody can be beat. So I feel you on that. But it just looks like from what I'm seeing here, from what I'm looking at on here, I mean, he beat them last, like you said. And to me, for at least right now, Henderson is better than them. Just I don't know. I guess that's not even right to say at the moment, but I'm looking at head to head. Head to head, they beat.
Yeah, no,
so I got to give Henderson credit for
that. No, most definitely give Henderson their credit. Absolutely. I just had to put my eyes on Henderson, watch him play. Henderson,
I didn't think I wasn't really impressed with Henderson or Kilgore, to be honest. I think we had some trouble. In that Kilgore game was I guess our first game with a new look. We had Watkins transferred to Tyler High. It's all known now, and so that's when Cameron Kelly was slid up. But he hadn't even been playing at that point. He didn't even get minutes until now. He didn't play in the Lindale game either, did he? Bullard was the first game he really made an impact, and so they had to work him probably in practice. Get him kind of learning what varsity and JV is a different animal, and so you got to think that. I think that's not that one player is a difference, but he has made a big impact in the way that Chapel Hill has looked. He's just got a different dynamic. He's obviously Nelson, but he's more athletic. He's leaner, long. So he doesn't have that, muscular, big presence inside, but he can block shots. He can jump. He can catch alleys, as we saw last night, and didn't quite put it in, but he can do that. Because you've got Murphy too. Murphy's tall, but he's not. He doesn't have the hops and the athletic ability as Kelly does. Not to say that he's not athletic. He's very athletic, but he's just not. Cameron Kelly he looks like he's a guy that could maybe grow another couple inches. Like, he's very long. He's still just a sophomore, and he's got springs. Mm-hmm. So I think he's probably going to grow into that Cameron Murphy role next year as a 1-2 punch with Huddleston inside. Even though he may be that already, but they have the three front court right now that they can go pretty hard. I just think he's got a different dynamic than Cameron Murphy does.
He plays, like I said, I characterize him as a high energy guy. Immediately, he's came in and he's rebounded the ball very well, and he's contested some shots. He's rebounded the ball, and he's been in position to score, especially off the offensive rebound, which is very good. And anytime you want to carve yourself out minutes in a basketball game or on a basketball team, you rebound and hustle. You get minutes, anytime, especially if you're new to a team, you're trying to carve your way in getting some minutes. So and he's done that already. So that's a different thing we're gonna bring to the table. We should bring to the table in the Kilgore game. And to me, the focus would be on the defensive end against Kilgore. They're guard heavy, and they got some heady guards, and they make some pretty decent plays. They're not as good or as fast as we are, not as athletic as we are, but they can make some headway. And of course, the game plan is a little different. But if we stick to what we're good at and don't get out of character, go inside out, be patient. And like I said, it's going to take us to play. This is the biggest stretch of basketball games we're going to have all season. The Kilgore game, and I really believe that
the next four.
Yeah, really. And this is a prelude to how, the rest of the season could go in this Kilgore game. And I say that because this is a clear picture. Got to come out. We come out and we dominate Kilgore. I mean, just completely. We get a 25-point win against Kilgore. We don't give them a chance to even compete. We come out, assert dominance, you get a couple of dunks, we execute well, we don't get in foul trouble. We got guys step up, we take charges, we get steals, we get in the passing lane. We're not interested in the crowd. We come in and we're focused, we get the job done. The rest is gonna fall into place. Lindale game is gonna be a total different surprise. I mean, total different everything. Lindale's gonna come in, they're gonna be cocky as we know. And they're gonna come in with their mind frame that we beat them before. They can beat us again, okay? And then Bullet game's gonna be the exact same way. So I think this is the start of something. It could go either way for us, but I'm interested to see how we come out and how we stay focused and how we prepare for the game, because that's gonna tell me how the rest of the games go. Because now we've improved every single week, and I've seen the improvement. Brett, you've seen the improvement. Even Vince, you've seen the improvement when you watch the game. It's a lot of different things we do better than we did a long time ago. And so now it's time to put all that together. Now it's time to go on the road, get this win in Kilgore, secure that win, and be confident in that. When you go on the road, don't just make those 3-point shots. Let's go inside out. Let's run our offense the way it's supposed to be ran. Let's take those charges. Let's say, listen, they're not scoring 40 points on us, and mean it. 39 is the goal. And mean it. That we're not gonna get our rebound, we're not gonna get a hustle, and come in with authority and assert dominance, and then handle your business. It's a business trip. I use that in football. It's a business trip. Handle your business. Short trip. Go there and take care of business. And as soon as Lindale come into town Friday, stare them right in the face. As soon as they get off the bus, like, yeah, this is us. This is it. And then beat them by 20. And then go to Bullet with that same mindset. Beat them by 20. If you see what I'm saying? Like I'm high, like this. I'm getting that mode. Like that's the thought process.
For the game.
Like that's it. Like this.
Hey, shout out to Chris for listening tonight.
Appreciate that, Chris.
Thanks for joining us as always. Check out Chris, man. For Your Soul Catered. Hit him up for any kind of catering event that you need. Why cook when you can just call For Your Soul Catering?
Right. I need to try some. Of that.
Hey, I think he told us he was going to bring us some food. I wonder if he's listening.
Yeah.
Chris, we're still waiting on our food. I want to try some food.
It'd be a good time.
I can really give you a good rating. See, I get this good food, and I can say, well, man, this is the best food I ever had. I call him up. You know where we'll be. We'll be at the score. We'll be at that white table in the gym somewhere, wherever we find a nook or cranny to do the game. Unless
I got a film, I'll be in the stand somewhere.
Next week. What? All right.
Yeah, you hear that, Vince? It's a definite now.
He's gonna bring food. He's gonna bring food. Yeah.
I heard it was good. I think my wife went to school with him or something like that. Or I think she knows him or something like that, but she was telling me about his food. She said it's real good.
All right. I'm excited to give some food to try, man.
Yeah. There we go. That's what's up. That's all.
Yeah, so I think my thing is I think that This next two games, we're a different team than the last two times we played Lindale and Kilgore both. Definitely think the inside presence is where we need to go. We beat Kilgore, so that was okay, but we didn't put any pressure on Lindale's insides at all. And we've talked about this probably a million times, Corey, about how Lindale just rested on defense and we didn't put any pressure on them. They played almost 5 guards because we didn't have any, but they started Weidman, Candace's son, Candace Knight, former classmate. Shout out to Candace. Her son's a great athlete, but he's a football player. Okay, he's a big guy, post inside. He's going somewhere in football, which that's awesome for him. But he didn't have to play much. They'd subbed him out pretty quick because we weren't going inside, so they just played 5 guards and played that little zone. I believe they played a 2-3 zone, kind of spread out, not a packed in one, but they kind of spread out. They've got some length. They got some guys that've got some length. I think some of their guards are like 6'3". I mean, they don't have any post big, but they're big overall.
It was a good strategy.
That length, and it worked, but we didn't get the ball inside to force them to do with it. So basically, Deuce was the only one that made anything that night, and still only lost by 10. I mean, you had Kelly that didn't really play. Mumphrey, I believe, was in foul trouble the whole game. And that's something that I think Cameron Kelly has helped. Since he has started playing, Mumphrey has not been in foul trouble as often. That's helped because he's able to get a lot of those rebounds that Mumphrey was trying to get. Kelly just flies over the top and gets them. So I don't know if you've noticed that, Corey, but that's something that I've noticed.
And he's played well. Mumphrey's played well the
past. Oh, we got shots being fired across the bow. Man, that's.
Oh! Wait a minute. Okay.
Oh man,
I didn't get a chance to read this. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
Man,
that's all right. You say that.
I heard keys clicking.
That's all right. You see how they talk about you. It's okay, but they'll be watching the game from home. It's okay.
You don't worry about it. You know what?
That's all right.
Aaron Rodgers is trash.
I'm in between.
Aaron Rodgers is trash. How about
this?
Okay. Aaron Rodgers is trash.
Aaron Rodgers is trash.
That's your boy, Vince.
Man,
your boy
Aaron Rodgers is trash.
I hadn't even got to talk about the game. I was chomping at
average 30 points a game. Average 30 points a game, and they're going to get out there and lose to a team that didn't score an offensive touchdown.
So, Vince, which team are you jumping on the bandwagon for this week?
I ain't got no bandwagon, Brett.
You jump on the bandwagon every time.
About?
You jumped off the Texans.
What was you doing this past weekend? Was you watching? Did you have some popcorn?
I was enjoying the game.
You was enjoying the game, and it's because of you. It's because of your team that my team had to go home. Because if y'all did what y'all was supposed to do, we wouldn't even be dealing with the Niners.
We'd have beat the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers are trash.
We'd have caught another. Y'all have dropped another reception.
We'd have been sacking Aaron Rodgers all night. Our defense is good.
Niners is trash. Dallas is trash.
Hey man, chill out, man. Listen,
everybody trash.
That's coming from Texas.
Apparently, everybody trash, but the Kansas City Chiefs. Apparently.
Hey, that's my new team that I'm gonna root for now.
Oh, that's every Dallas Cowboys new team.
No, I mean Patrick Mahomes. He's from here. He's from
where?
I don't care. I understand he's from White House. We beat them. We won state. We beat them. We won state.
Yeah,
but the thing is, I actually know him. I've actually had a conversation. I mean, his sister used to play Little Gibbers in Bullard, and so I left up there. And he'd come to the game. Of course, that was back. I mean, he played. He was on the Chiefs, but he didn't start. It was right before I think they cut Alex Smith, and he moved him up to starter. And, I actually had some good conversation with nice guys. Now his brother. But I like Patrick's a good guy. I mean, It's White House is a long time ago. We beat them when he was on team. Here we won state, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you always got to go for the East Texas guy. But
I mean, that's why Vince likes Green Bay, right? Because Terrence went there, and that's why you like Green Bay.
I've always liked Green Bay.
He's a Brett Favre fan. I don't know how
I've been down Green Bay for a long time.
It's 49ers. It's all day, every day. Thank you very much. We did what we were supposed to. We took care of Dallas. We went to the frozen tundra in Green Bay and took care of
frozen tundra. Trash. That I don't ever want to hear that term again. That means absolutely nothing. Everybody says, "Well, Aaron ain't never lost in the frozen tundra." Then he did. Brett Favre ain't never lost in the frozen tundra. He did too. I don't never want to hear that term again.
Vince, what's on your hat? Surely that's not Heat trash. Do they even still have a team in Miami?
Whatever. Hey, we was in a championship game in the last 2 years.
The bubble championship has an asterisk beside it, by the way.
Man, how? Why?
It does. It just still has an asterisk beside it. It's not the same. It still will have an asterisk beside it.
It's not the same. What you mean it's not the same?
The NBA, listen, the NBA bubble was great basketball. Everybody loved it. I loved it. Let's think about it. It's not the same.
We got to the final dance and LeBron did beat us. Honestly,
it's like an AAU tournament.
Your boy LeBron, man.
LeBron is who they say he is, man. Like we didn't really have a whole lot for him. We could handle it. Well,
because your team wasn't good.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go on that. I'll be here all night. I don't even talk about that.
Because you don't have anything to say.
That is a travesty too.
So what is y'all's? Do you even know what the Heat's record is? Because I don't. I really don't know.
I think they've won 30 games. They're they haven't won 30 games because I think they maybe like
Mavs are like 27 and 20 or something, huh?
27 and 21.
Oh, we lose.
Yeah, we got beat bad by Golden State last night. I turned the game off. I can only do so much. If I'm watching the Mavericks, listen, if they're okay, they win and I'll finish watching it. But the moment anything negative happened in the Mavericks game, I'm turning it off.
31-17.
31-17
in the East. In the weak East. Okay.
I don't know. The East is pretty good.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
It's pretty good. They've been pretty good for a while.
It don't matter. It don't
matter. Not overall.
We can't control that. We just do what we gotta do.
Oh, now you sound like LeBron. I can't control where I play. I just win this championship.
Man, listen, I ain't trying to be like that.
Now you can't use it like that bum. Okay, you can't use it.
Trying to be like that bum.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
nobody trying to be like the bum. Space Jam.
What's wrong? So who do y'all have this weekend? Of course, I'm sticking with my Niners all the way. I know it's gonna be a lot of hate. I know the Rams are the favorites, the perennial favorites or whatever. Got Matthew Stafford, the Texas boy. Yeah, but it's 40. I still think it's gonna be a repeat. It's gonna be San Francisco and the Chiefs in the finals again in the championship game. I don't know if we beat the Chiefs. I don't know if we're gonna stand a chance against the Chiefs, but it could be the Giants back in when they played the Patriots. Who knows? It's the last wild card team that win the championship.
Okay, but you're gonna try to compare the quarterbacks that they're in that game.
Both quarterbacks sucked. All you have to do is be hot in the offseason. All you got to do is be hot in the postseason. That's all you got to do. You got to have a good defense. Got to have a good defense, man.
Giants. You talking about the Giants, Patriots? Both quarterbacks sucked.
No. The quarterback that won the championship sucked. Eli Manning was trash. And Jimmy Garoppolo.
Eli Manning. I don't like Eli Manning, but he was not.
Eli Manning was trash.
You're comparing EG.
I'm comparing Eli Manning. Everyone knows Eli Manning was trash.
That's what you're comparing it to because you got Mahomes. I'm sure you're comparing Mahomes to Brady.
I'm just saying in general.
What's the conversation about? What are you trying to?
I'm saying that San Francisco.
He got himself in a hole. He tried to compare.
The San Francisco team reminds everyone of the New York Giants team that made
the Giants got lucky with that one catch.
It don't matter. You gotta have a little luck. It's okay.
They should have never won.
We're just trying to win 6. Okay, we're just trying to win 6 times.
Tyree made one catch in his career. off the
But
helmet.
the defense was the calling card. They won it on the defense. Defense was a calling card.
They won it on that play.
They had a good pass rush.
They won it on that play. The Tyreek catch is what they wanted. Nothing to do with the defense.
I'm saying, it had everything to do with the defense. New England was scoring 30, 40 points on everybody.
Then they lose.
New England was scoring 30, 40 points on everybody. You put a little pressure on Brady, he might throw a pick or two. You know, hey, gotta have a good defense. All I'm saying is,
I don't know that the comparison is just. I'm not seeing it, Corey.
The only thing you need to know is Jimmy G is trash, but we rocking with him all the way to the finals, and I still think. I still think he's gonna win us a championship, and everyone's you can keep Jimmy G.
Y'all got
and then you're gonna get rid of
the Rams.
Yes, he's got to go. He's got to go.
The Rams are the more complete team. But then again,
they got a defense too, man. They got Von Miller, man. That guy's incredible.
He's a half step slow.
I don't know.
He got enough juice in him.
I think every game that I have chosen this season, I have lost every last one of them. I thought that the Patriots was gonna beat the Bills. I was dead wrong on that. I thought. I can't go back that far because every game I picked, I've lost. Like for real.
That's because
you thought the Patriots were going to beat the Bills.
I really, bro. I'm telling you, in my mind, something in my head was saying, "Listen, the Patriots gonna come out on fire. The Bills gonna fall short." They, it just sounded like the perfect upset, right? Something convinced me of that. The devil was on my shoulder that day. I'm telling you.
I saw a post on Facebook, I think, and it was Super Bowl canceled. Best out of 7, Chiefs and Bills. I was like, "What? Okay, I'll take that." Because
I'll take that too. Because that was a good game.
That's the best game I've ever seen. I think.
And I picked the Bills in that game. I picked the Bills.
Josh Allen is a real deal.
I tell you one thing. He made me a believer. I didn't think he was that good, and then boy.
Josh Allen.
I literally watched the game where I saw him go from good to elite. So
you go up to Buffalo and you make that team a winning team. You got to be something.
I'm a believer.
Buffalo deserves the title, but I mean, it's just maybe this is not their time. Whatever. We'll live with that. It's whatever. But at the end of the day, somebody got to win, and it ain't the Cowboys and it ain't the Green Bay Packers. So it's got to be San Francisco. Then
he got to just throw it out there like that.
I gotta shoot a slug, baby.
I'll tell you this. I got a feeling next week you're gonna be sitting right here with us. 3 amigos.
Join us
on the couch. I got a feeling.
I'm letting it ride. It's okay. Nobody's picking us. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. We'll go on the SoFi, and we'll win the game in SoFi. It ain't gonna be pretty, but it's okay. It's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs and the 49ers. That's all I'm saying. Watch Jimmy G, Miracle Jimmy, is going to pull something out of his behind, and they'll win a title, and then everybody's going to say.
That's what makes me question.
I hate it, but it's going to happen.
If I'm saying that, in my heart is telling me the Rams going to win this game. But again, every game I have chosen, the team has lost. I said Tennessee was going to win. I had not a doubt in my mind.
Maybe you should pick San Francisco so they lose.
No, he said enough. He said enough.
I was stunned to hear that Tennessee didn't win. I was like, wait, what? Didn't you have Derrick Henry come back? You had the Savior come back and y'all still lost?
Tennessee trash.
They need to go quarterback shopping.
They can take Jimmy G. They take him off our hands.
I think he's going to Houston.
And again, I remember I picked Pittsburgh over Kansas City. I said Pittsburgh was gonna go on a run. Man. That was my other upset. I said Pittsburgh gonna go on a run.
Vince, definitely. I think you need to pick Cincinnati and San Francisco.
That's what I'm going with.
You're on Uncle Mo. You're on Uncle Mo's naughty list, Vince.
I must have pissed him off.
Uncle Mo.
I must have made him mad Cause man, every game I picked out.
You get that phone call.
So Corey saw me after that Bills loss. I was so mad. We did the podcast. I barely said anything. I just sat there the whole time. I was so angry. I was just like, man, I can't believe. I don't know what I was more mad about. The fact that the Bills lost or the fact that I thought the Bills was gonna win this game, you know, and they lost. It was because I ain't even a Bills fan. I just was just mad because every game I picked was like this. Every game I picked.
I know why you were mad. I know why you were mad.
You were still mad because your boy Aaron Rodgers lost. That's why you were still mad.
That's what it was. It was the Aaron Rodgers thing boiled over. That boiled over for me.
Hey, that's all right though. I was rooting for San Francisco. We got to wear jeans the rest of the year now at school. Mr. Dean's a 49ers fan, and so he made a bet with the admin.
You know what's good for the team. You know what's good.
At the 49ers won, so I was actually rooting for San Francisco because I wanted jeans, and I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
We went to the Tundra. We went to the Tundra, took out AR-12 and the Green Bay Flackers. And then we went to the Dallas and just completely dominated the Cowboys. But, we almost made a game away.
All I can say is you were saved by the Rams field goal. If this is TB12 staring you in the face, I think you're in trouble.
We would have went to Tampa Bay and just demolished
Tampa Bay. That game, though, man.
TB12 is the Grim Reaper. He the Grim Reaper. They saved you because if he was coming for you, TB12.
Tom Brady would have demolished. We would have demolished Tampa Bay.
He collect souls.
Did you see that game? 27-3.
We would have demolished Tampa Bay. That's what Tampa Bay limped in the playoffs. Tampa Bay limped in the playoffs.
Cooper Kupp, man. Cooper Kupp was the difference.
It's Kupp runneth over. We're gonna pour it out.
And just think
he's gonna be tearing up that San Francisco defense.
Had AB been there, oh man, they probably would have won that.
Now if they were healthy, if the Tampa Bay was completely healthy, I'm picking them. I'm riding with them. Like, no, there's no way the Rams beating them. They probably
they don't. Just look, they got Mike Evans and Gronk, and that's it.
Yeah,
they had Goodwin and they had AB.
Again, imagine if they had if AB would have been out there, man, that game would have been over.
It's Goodwin. If they would have had Goodwin,
Goodwin too, because he's a playmaker.
Like they just had, if they had all their weapons, I'd pick them in a heartbeat. But
so I think I just heard the rumor. I think Aaron Rodgers is looking to sign in Houston.
He ain't coming to Houston.
Aaron Rodgers is he
Trey.
Did y'all see that interview? You see the interview said I ain't here for a rebuild or something.
No, I don't listen to him when he do. I do not pay attention to none of his interviews.
Aaron Rodgers was signed for.
He always say something that makes him put his
football team. Anything different, it's just.
It's not even worth listening to him talk.
I hope he retires. I don't think anybody.
Speaking of retiring, did y'all see who retired? Sean Payton.
Oh well, yeah. Are you talking about the next Cowboys coach?
He's retired. Hey,
well, they said he just wants out of He wants out of New Orleans.
Drew Brees is gone. They're trash again.
Yeah.
There's $78 million over the salary cap with no quarterback.
They got famous James.
No, it's time to get out too. Yeah, it's time to get out. I'll leave too. Matter of fact,
they did all right till he got hurt, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got hurt, and then that changed their season. I mean, they beat Green Bay, but they was doing all right.
They beat Green Bay down in Jacksonville.
Hey, man.
And after that, it was a wrap.
You got one more time to say Green Bay now.
Green Bay trash.
You gonna leave me alone?
Check trash.
I mean, you ride with the wrong teams, Vince. You need to ride with some winners.
Man, I'm okay with the Texans, but not the Packers. Out of all teams, like,
it only makes me so mad.
It's almost as bad as the 49ers.
Here's the thing: I'm not mad that we lost. I wasn't even mad when we lost last year to Tampa Bay. It's the fact that we won all them games. We was beat. Like, what was I telling you, Corey? We were making the good teams look bad. we were making the good teams look bad. And then we show up in the playoffs, and the first game we play, we couldn't score but 7 points. Or 10. We had 10. We had one offensive touchdown. And I'm like, bro, we went from making all these good teams look bad to literally not being able to move the ball.
Because the defense, I told you the key was sacking Aaron Rodgers. We had to sack him at least 5 times.
And then our defense had turnover after turnover after turnover, and we just kept giving it back. Back.
And we couldn't do anything with it. Then we came out in the second half and had a pretty good run the first possession we had.
We lost
and we had a funny little turnover. Yeah,
I cannot believe we lost the playoff.
In a game like that, all phases of the game matter.
Playoff game because of special teams.
And you watch him. It doesn't matter. We came out. All phases of the game matter. That just lets you know. That just lets you know that the coach. That just lets you know that Matt LaFleur was not fully prepared for the game. Every single phase of the game matters. In a game like that, every single phase of the game matters, and he wasn't prepared for it. Just like your boy in Dallas, Mike McCarthy.
You know what?
He was not prepared for it.
I'm gonna get in between y'all. Calm down. We're gonna change it. We're gonna change this topic here. I want to get your thoughts. Okay.
Go ahead.
2 in a row for the Longhorns. Got to stretch now. The next few games. Let me read this to you before y'all fall out. Okay. Tennessee ranked 18.
I'm watching.
Texas. That's on Saturday, I believe. 29th. Is that Saturday?
Yes.
So it's a night game on ESPN.
And it's important. Before you say it's an important game because Rick Barnes is coming back to Texas. That's his first time coming back to Texas.
You can imagine he wants that one.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Stand an ovation.
At Texas Tech, ranked 13.
Chris, that's a big game for Chris Beard.
I'd say so.
That's a big game.
Then you got at home versus Iowa State, ranked 23. You got at home versus Kansas, ranked 5, and you go to Baylor, number 4.
Whew.
Then they get sort of they get to go to OU as an easier game, which is still a Red River rivalry. Then they host Tech, which I know y'all probably heard about that. Yeah. Did y'all hear about the Texas and Tech game in Austin? So the Tech players, or not players, but the fans got their hands on a code that was only supposed to be for Longhorns fans to get tickets, and they sold out the arena.
Oh man,
with Tech fans.
Oh my God! Cancel the game.
Evidently, there's going to be more Tech fans than Texas fans in Austin. That's just a rumor that they talked about.
That's a wrong. That'll never happen. It won't happen.
That better not be true. That better not be true.
Happen. And it's the last year for the drum anyway, so that ain't.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool for the arena. Then they host TCU at West Virginia, which is always a tough one to go to Morgantown. They host number 4 Baylor, and then they go to KU to close Big 12. Woo! Woo! We're sitting at 5-3. I mean,
the Big 12 is never easy.
But this year it's particularly strong. You got I think they have 8 teams in the tournament last time I looked. Oklahoma State's not eligible. They're post. But that is what it is. Okay. So I think Kansas State right now is the only team that's not in the field of the Big 12 right now. Everybody else was in last time I looked of that, bracketology.
TCU should be in. I think if TCU gets if they win 20, I think they'll be in. They should have been in.
And you've got, everyone's got a pretty good record. Oklahoma State's 10-9, and so is Kansas State. That's the worst records right now. Obviously, once they're going to get some losses when they hit these top teams. But right now, Kansas leads at 6-1, and Baylor's at 6-2. And Texas and Texas Tech are tied at 5-3 for third place. So, I feel better about where we were than a few weeks ago.
And I think,
but the schedule we've played an easy part of the schedule, so that Chris Beard's got to really get them in a groove, because there've been some games that I've watched, and it's like It's ugly. Ugly.
It was
basketball.
a big win. They had a big win against TCU the other night. So
that's what I was gonna say. We won against TCU. So
yeah, they won by 23. They scored 73 points. That's a lot of points for Texas this year.
My phone was lit up with notifications.
I wanted to. It was Tuesday night. I wanted to go home and watch the game. I'm like, where's the game on ESPN? I cannot find it. I'm looking for it. And the game was over early, and I was trying to watch it. I ended up watching the Arizona and UCLA game. So,
there's Bill Walton on the call?
Yes, he was.
Oh, that's always an entertaining one.
Yes.
The Conference of Champions, Corey.
All the spit and slime.
I really is, man. Drew and I have watched many of those late night games of the Pac-12, and sometimes it's just to listen to him because you never know what he's going to say.
It's almost like Harry Carey, like when Will Ferrell's playing Harry Carey.
Oh man, that guy's
it's just random facts, and he just throws out the random fact. I like the Maui tournament. I always like the Maui tournament, and having them doing the Maui Gym tournament and having them, do the tournament there. Like those are the best ones though. But yeah, that game was just wow. It was funny.
Oh man, y'all got anything else?
I was going to say something. Oh, shout out to the girls team, by the way. Lady Bulldogs, they're still winning. I still definitely want to get them there doing Coach Riley. I think they're the second time around. They're 8-2 right now.
Let's see. Or 8-2, I've got their standings pulled up here. Let me look. They are 7-2. They have 3 games left. They have the Kilgore game, which they should win. Kilgore I believe, has not won a game in district play. And then they'll have the 2 big ones. They'll have Lindale and Bullard. And so I talked to Coach Riley the other day in the hallway. Basically, they can kind of control their own destiny. If they can knock those 2 teams off, they've got a chance to move up into the 1 or 2 slot. Right now, they're sitting in the 3rd slot. But you never know. Just they're basically going to get 3rd at least, no worse than. Yeah, I mean, got a chance to put yourself in a good spot, and hopefully, if it works out, we're going to be trying to call their playoff game.
Yes,
I'm hoping it will work out.
Hey, is that freshman basketball team undefeated?
Yes.
So I thought I saw that on Facebook, and I was like, Lord have mercy.
Which one?
And their best players on varsity.
Which freshman?
The Chapel Hill freshman, yeah.
The Chapel Hill freshman team.
Yeah, they blew out who was it? Spring Hill. They didn't play a JV game. They was just a freshman game before it, and they were playing out there, and they were beating Spring Hill like a drum. It was like 30 or 40 point game, and I was telling the parents in the stands, they're like, "Oh well, we know they've beat us every year this bad." I'm like, wow. I'm sorry, they're just a good group. You look at them out there, and they don't look like a freshman group.
I
mean, look, a lot of size, and I was impressed with the unselfish play of the freshmen, because sometimes you're a freshman game, you're trying to
trying to show off
out and but not this group, man. They pass the ball around, unselfish play, getting the guys open. Man, it was actually fun to watch.
Know how to win basketball games. They know how to win games. You know how to win. Everything else will take care of itself.
I mean, you just think about this. I know next year is going to be a good one. You're probably maybe get a couple more of those freshmen up if they're ready. You lose Murphy and Chetland, and that's it, right? Yeah. So you have the 7 guys still. You return 7 again, back-to-back season. You return 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then you grab a couple of those guys and get them experience. I mean,
and we'll be facing a new district, and we'll be in a new district.
Don't know who we're going to get. Maybe Jacksonville will be back in the district. Very possible.
I'm not ready for that.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to Jacksonville gym and pick up the win, Corey. Because
I'm not ready for that.
They don't play in that rat hole gym anymore. They got their own. They bought out the college gym over there.
Yeah, Lon Morris, and they've done some renovation, but it's still Jacksonville.
It's still a rivalry, Corey, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's still the fact that you drive through Jacksonville, you got to cover up the Sea Hill portion.
I don't anymore. I drive through there. I go through there, my Sea Hill, but I'm married to a Jacksonville girl. So
things have changed. Yeah, but it ain't changed for me. I still have bad memories.
I understand. If not for me going to Jacksonville many times a year, I mean, I go there quite often. I see it in a different light now, I guess. So I always tell my wife about all our stories and stuff, and she's like, "That's not how it was." I get all that.
It was,
but for us, it was that back then.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you never know. I was talking to Coach Reardon the other day at the gym, and he said that he didn't know, he wasn't sure how they were going to fall. I mean, the district wise, he thought Lindale might go north with Sulphur Springs possibly and might float out of our district. So who knows?
Good. If they don't play, if they're not in district, then we need to play them at Trinity Mother Francis Road Stadium for 1 or 2 games. The first week that the district season.
Because we know there's a team over there. Because we know there's a team there across the lake that's not going to play us. They
definitely won't play us. But hey, it's okay. You'll play it when we're down, but when we're up. That's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they don't. Right. Yeah. They finna avoid us the next few years.
That's a good strategy. That's a strategy.
They'll pop up when we down.
Yeah.
They'll pop up.
And we ain't gonna be down. How about that? We won't be down. How about that?
Vince? You got anything else, Vince?
Go San Francisco. Yay.
We didn't really make our picks officially.
Because your heart didn't believe it.
We didn't make our picks officially, actually. I know we know Corey. I'm going with, I really think I'm gonna go with I can't go for the 49ers again. I've rooted for them last week. I've done enough of that. I'm going with Highland Park boy Matthew Stafford and the Rams.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. And I'm going for Corey's going to join us on the couch as I spectate the rest of the.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Rams. Rams are gonna win, and I'm gonna say the Bengals are gonna.
You gonna go with Joe Burrow?
I think they're gonna do the.
He's going with Joe Money. He's going with Joe Money.
Yeah, I'm going with Joe.
You know what? As I picked the 49ers. In the back of my mind,
I heard somebody call him Joe Breezy.
Corey wants Cincinnati to win. Then he has a better chance if his team gets there. That's what he's gonna think.
I mean, we've already beat Cincinnati before. I don't take nothing lightly with that. But I'm like, if somebody gets for the 49ers beating the Rams, honestly, we're not being upset. We've already beat them 6 times in a row. It just will not be an upset. Let Vegas do all the upset talk. We really won't be an upset.
They're due for the Rams to win. That's good. That's a good
feeling.
But
if the Bengals go into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs, that is made Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, like that team's not even supposed to be that good right now. And they got all the salary cap.
They not. They young, they hungry, and they here.
Oh.
They here. They knocking at the door. Yeah, what you gonna do?
Baker Mayfield rolling over in his grave. What he said? Baker Mayfield is not. He is not happy.
Baker was rolling over his grave when the Rams won.
But
he saw Odell Beckham dancing in the locker room.
Baker Mayfield is so mad right now. He's punching. He's doing fist punches in the air. He can't move his shoulder.
Everybody getting dubs with him.
Yeah, it's like he had his toys towards ACL. This is his first true season in the NFL. He's already in the AFC Championship game. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
He went to the black hole, the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make Cleveland winner.
I feel bad.
He got him to the playoffs.
Ain't nobody gonna make Cleveland the winner.
Shout out to Jared Jones. That's his squad, the Cleveland Browns.
We're gonna pray for him.
Oh yeah, that is his squad.
I don't know why. That is a weird team to love.
Maybe he'll get Jimmy G.
No, don't whistle later. After Jimmy G wins us a championship, we're gonna do him right and send him somewhere else. Maybe we'll send him to the Falcons or something. I don't know.
Hey, Green Bay, I heard he's a quarterback. Green Bay needs a quarterback.
You know, we tried to give him to Green Bay. They didn't want him. I bet you they want him now. I bet you they'll take him now. We'll do him right and send him somewhere else. Maybe we'll send him to New York or something. You know, we'll take Daniel Jones and put him as a backup, and maybe we'll get Saquon Barkley and in our running game. So
yeah,
if they want it,
I'd like to remind everyone about our new website, BulldogSportsNetwork.com. It's the go-to place for everything Bulldog Sports. We've got this podcast is on there. We'll also have the podcast. There's a subscribe link below the video, so you can subscribe to our podcast. We got the live stream link. It's already got the updated link for this Friday's game in Kilgore. Corey and I will be on the call for that one in Kilgore. Should be a good one. 7:30 at this point. It'll be 7:30. Keep an eye out on all our Twitter and Facebook places for updates on that game. We'll have if the game time changes or anything changes, we'll let you know. I'd also like to thank all our sponsors for this season. We appreciate you, everything that you do, especially for tonight. Zono's Insurance. Thanks for sponsoring Zoe. We need to get Zoe on here. I need to reach out to him and get him on here as the season wraps down and get his thoughts on the Bulldogs this season. I'll reach out to him and see if we can get him on. For Corey and Vince, I'm Brett. We'll catch you next time right here in the Bulldog Sports Network weekly wrap-up show.
Ooh.